more hyper than you already are.
Because now it is time to ask the expert. Energy drinks are popular, but there's a growing concern about the contents of those beverages.
Our resident registered dietitian, Lori Meyer, here, as always, on a Wednesday afternoon. Okay, let's start with the basic question. What is the difference between a sports drink like a Gatorade or a Powerade in this stuff?
Well, and I think people are familiar with sports drink, and when you hear energy drink, a lot of people think it's kind of the same thing, that it might be something similar that they need. Sports drink, it's to rehydrate, replace those electrolytes that you lose when you exercise. And they're usually a lower concentration of carbohydrate and some electrolytes. They're you know, they are Powerade, Gatorade, all of those things used after you exercise or during exercise. The energy drink, on the other hand, this is a higher concentration of carbs usually, but it may or may not contain nutrients, but the main source is caffeine or some type of caffeine in it. They're not regulated. They're considered a food supplement, so they're not really regulated. And they are marketed towards children because you can see the wild colors on the cans.
Well, the big question is, how much caffeine is really in one of these cans? I mean, they vary in size, but you say a lot of it is caffeine.
Well, you know, the main, I mean, there's taurine, there's B vitamins, there's all these other additives in them, but the main source where you're getting your stimulation, where you're getting the energy, is in the caffeine. So you can see most of them, you're getting about 160 milligrams for a 16-ounce can, and most of them are in these 16-ounce cans. You can see the Monster, the Rockstar.
This Monster can is huge.
Yeah, you can get that 2-ounce energy shot. That's going to be 138. Now, this particular Monster can, this is an 18.5 ounce. They're not even telling us how much caffeine is in it. I think, you know, they're reluctant to. They say 2,500 milligrams of their energy blend, and that's including a whole bunch of other things. But you can see some of these others, compare these to coffee. You know, an 8-ounce Red Bull, which was kind of the original one, is about the same amount of caffeine that you'd get in a cup of coffee. Mountain Dew is about 90. Cola, which is the other caffeinated soda, is about 60. So you could get similar amounts just by drinking a Mountain Dew or
Last 30
or Cola.
seconds or so, the amount of caffeine we're getting in these, is it safe?
Well, that's the problem. For most people, if you don't have trouble with caffeine, it can be safe if you know how much is in. And some of them, if they're not labeled, then I would say don't drink it because you have no idea. But these are the recommendations according to the American Academy of Pediatrics. Children should not have any caffeine. Adolescents up to 100 milligrams. Adults up to 500 milligrams is considered safe. And that's from all sources. So if you're taking a medication, if you're drinking any coffee, doing any other sources for the entire day.
I can have 6 cups of coffee a day, is what you're telling me.
However,
I don't want to be around you have 6 cups of coffee.
If it bothers you, if you get the palpitations or insomnia or you know, increased heart rate or blood pressure, then you shouldn't have any of it at all, because there is an incidence. You can increase your risk for stroke or seizure if you continue to use these products and they're bothering you. Don't tolerate them.
All right, Lori, thanks. Got a question for the expert? There's how to do it. The number is on your screen.